Today we examine the tumultuous story of Anthony Elonis, a Pennsylvania man whose life unraveled in 2010 when his marriage dissolved. Alone and embittered, the amusement park supervisor began engaging in increasingly problematic behavior. This left him unemployed, then in jail on charges of threatening his ex-wife, his former employer, local schools, and others in violent and personal Facebook posts that Elonis insisted were his effort at writing rap lyrics. Elonis claimed he was a victim, a misunderstood artist who had the right to freedom of expression under the First Amendment to the Constitution. Many of the people once closest to him and even a court of law disagreed, arguing that Elonis's online comments went too far and that he was a dangerous criminal. Join us as we unpack this complex case, which raises critical questions about the freedom of speech, especially in this era of social media. Anthony Elonis and his wife were a young couple who married early in life. 8 years and 2 kids into the union, problems strained the marriage. Anthony and Tara fought frequently, and he was abusive towards her. Tara finally had enough and left with the kids.
Anthony, you're not looking so good.
Yeah, I don't feel like it right now, boss.
Hey, why don't you just take the rest of the day off and go home?
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Thank you, boss.
All right, you're welcome.
Instead of Elonis taking the advice of his manager, he continued his downward spiral. When he returned to work, he sexually harassed a female coworker and made several other disturbing remarks.
Looking good, Amber. Where are we going for dinner tonight?
Anthony, look, I already told you I'm not interested, all right?
But you're breaking my heart.
No, that's enough.
Okay, chill out.
The park manager discovered a chilling photo of Elonis holding a knife to that same coworker's neck with the caption, "I wish." Tony Elonis was fired immediately.
Anthony, we're letting you go. You cannot harass your coworkers at this place of employment.
What?
Just what I said. You need to leave.
Now?
Now.
2 days after he was fired, Elonis began posting violent statements on his Facebook page. He compared himself to a nuclear bomb and threatened the park. He boasted about inside knowledge and access, hinting sinister plans. His rhetoric then shifted to his estranged wife, with graphic threats of murder. He even involved their son in making death threats against her. These posts painted a picture of a man spiraling into increasingly threatening and violent fantasies, targeting both his former workplace and his family. After his estranged wife obtained a protection order, Anthony Elonis' online behavior escalated dramatically. He posted increasingly threatening content on Facebook, including a twisted version of a comedy routine about killing his wife, violent poetry, and graphic threats against school and local law enforcement. Less than a week later, Elonis posted about shooting up an elementary school. Having had enough of his online antics, the FBI visited Elonis because of his threat to initiate a school shooting.
FBI! Mr. Elonis?
Can I help you two?
Yes, sir. I am Special Agent Osborne with the FBI, and this is my partner, Special Agent Scott. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure, whatever. We can do it out here.
Mr. Elonis, talk to me about the threats that you've posted about a school shooting.
That's my Facebook post. I was just quoting rap lyrics You know, I have a right to do that under the First Amendment, so I just quote and rap lyrics blowing off some steam.
Okay, well, what about threatening your employer? Like, what's that about?
Oh,
Because
well, my employer fired me, and I was just pretty upset, so, you know, I was just posting lyrical expressions again on social media.
okay,
So, don't really mean anything by it, just my right to free speech.
all right, I understand that, but you have to be careful with what you say and what you put on social media.
People who know me, they know I'm not going to mean anything by it, and the people who don't know me, they have no right to judge my use of the First Amendment.
All right, well, keep that in mind, but if you don't cease these tactics and these antics that you've got going on and scaring people, we're going to have to take more severe action, sir, and I don't want to do that, but you can't put people in fear, and that's the bottom line, okay?
Okay, well, if you all come back again, just make sure you have a warrant.
He did not cooperate and later that day posted about killing the female FBI agent and having a bomb strapped to his body. His post became the basis for multiple criminal charges. In December 2010, 28-year-old Anthony Elonis was arrested for interstate communication of threats. His trial in October 2011 became a battleground over the issue of intent versus perception. Elonis denied any threatening intentions. He framed his post as mere lyrics meant solely for entertainment. On June 1, 2015, the Supreme Court overturned Elonis' conviction and remanded it to the lower court. The story of Anthony Elonis stands at the intersection of rights and responsibilities under the First Amendment to the Constitution. We all have the right to freedom of speech, but we also have a responsibility to use that right productively in ways that do not deprive others of their rights. Reversing Elonis' conviction may be part of the price of freedom. What do you say? How far is too far?